Hi there, Ron here of Variable Play, and welcome to another Open Game
Happy
Night.
New Year!
Happy New
Hey!
Year! Happy New
Happy New Year, everybody!
Year!
Happy New
Hey,
Year! Happy New
Kio
Year!
here. How was everybody? How's everybody?
Zubu, zubu,
Kompleto
zubu.
pa yung daliri ko. Di ba ganun ng New Year dati?
Hey!
Hindi na po ako magpapaputok.
Di na po, di na po. That's a bad thing.
But, hey, it's a brand new year. We're excited for 2025 because we're gonna be playing more games, I think. Right?
You think
Hopefully.
that's
Well,
a,
I plan to
in my New
plan
Year's
to more than last
resolution?
year.
Forget the
Yeah.
diet. Let's play more games.
You choose your battles, right? The
Things
ones that you can commit
win.
to, right?
Ones you can win and ones that might be
so
negotiable.
so they're just, and then often than not, it's all about like coming up with frameworks. That's what they said. So
Okay.
like for example, okay, so I wanna do game night, but maybe I wanna move more, so I'm gonna park X
What?
number
Are you
or
serious? This is what we're doing now? I'm gonna park 2 blocks.
2 blocks today,
so,
next week.
so I'll exercise to the station, to the board gaming area. What? That could work, right? Hitting two birds with one stone.
Yeah. So you still kind of like do your normal thing, but you just add something that will help with it, and then make it
Or,
become a habit.
the atomic habits, the micro things that you add to like
Yeah,
explode
yeah,
in, in,
yeah.
in
The problem
compounded
is I haven't
forms.
read the book, so I'll do it when I've read it.
No, but basically that's what he was saying. Like if you start small things that you're gonna change, like that thing,
Yeah.
it compounds and it becomes an atomic habit. Basically,
Right.
that's the premise of
See.
the book.
Yeah, we can
That's
try.
how I understood it. But
We hope.
but hey, it's the ninth, right? Is it the ninth? Eighth.
Eight.
What is it? Eight? Oh, it's the eighth. There's 8 days into the new year. Have you guys played anything?
Oh, yeah, of course. I have a game group.
All right, let's hear it. You guys play. Of
Uh,
course, Kyo, I bet you played with your family over the holidays.
oh yeah,
The new
yeah.
games.
Mostly party games. Mostly party games. I bought some props pa online, like buzzers and all that. Syempre, it
Wow.
helps. Yeah,
Nice.
Temu.
Creates the atmosphere, right?
Temu.
Creates
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
ano.
So aside
Nice,
from
nice,
that,
nice.
that's the bulk of it. Again, haven't had enough time to see friends to play those heavier games. These things are gathering dust behind me.
I
But
thought you were gonna
I
set a date, right? We're gonna do a game day with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm waiting
Come
for
up.
I'm waiting on you guys. The place is just there.
What you said?
Yeah. If you want me to
So
organize,
is
no
my
problem.
place. So is my place.
Actually, yes, yes, Ron's place. Oh my goodness. Well, anyways, on digital side, that's where I'm more active. I've been
Right.
playing Path of Exile 2, which is
Ooh,
a
nice.
Diablo type, and it's pretty neat. It's a continuation of the first one, more or less with better back end, better graphics, but it still mimics the
Hey,
more or less,
Rod.
hey Rod,
Happy New
Sam,
Year.
Happy New
Hey, Rod.
Year. Love your
Hello.
profile pic. We ain't getting younger, are we?
We're gonna be
And
talking about that later.
speaking of, yeah. So yeah, Path of Exile 2, it's a grinding game because it's got a lot of branches of leveling up. So many things, so many things. It still more or less mimics Diablo 2, not 3, not 4.
Mm.
So
Nice.
it's
Does it
still
have a Horadric cube type
not
thingy?
yet, not yet.
Okay.
But it's
It's like
there
a
a
gain there.
it's a very
hello
intricate.
there?
So many
Stay
things
a
to
while.
manage, which everybody
Stay a
is
while
busy
and listen.
Stay a while and listen. Hey,
It's Deckard Connery, huh?
Horadric. I've been playing that game for years and after playing the
Yeah.
Diablo 4 base story. I kind of gave up on that. But again,
Two
Path
is
of
really
Oh,
Exile
good.
really?
2, yeah, yeah.
So I was looking into so the whole Steam Winter Sale.
Mm.
I
Mm.
also got a bit of digital gaming. Uh, I was hoping to get Diablo 4, but no
Mm.
Mac yet.
No Mac
Isn't it
yet.
only on mobile?
No, 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 no. The
What
the
was the
new
one that they
the
have
new
on
the
Diab-
mobile?
new
the other
big
Diablo.
big game. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I got the next best. Well, it's not really next best thing. It's probably the better thing, which is I got a Warhammer Rogue Trader,
Oh, okay, okay.
and
Oh, dude! Wow.
dude,
The
dude.
whole
So it's it it's a lot.
it's a
It's
I
lot.
can tell.
Yes,
You can't
yes,
it's
start.
it's a lot.
whew,
Can't start explaining it. I
it's
can tell it's a lot.
whoa, my goodness. So you're this rogue trader. You get this license from the emperor to explore um space.
Okay.
There's a more Warhammer term for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like an
But
entry
you
point.
get this seal that gives you extra powers and gives you pretty much the right
Authority.
to destroy other worlds and capture whatever you need to capture, or pretty much do whatever
You
you want,
become
because
Galactus then. Okay.
because your role is to expand
Okay.
the
Empire.
empire of the god emperor. And but you don't start out like that. You start out sort of like a one of the successors, if in case the current road trader goes away, and then
Goes
she
Oh, I thought
dies.
away.
the
He
part
eventually goes
part of the
away.
plan was to kill her.
Not well.
Okay.
I mean, I guess, but
We
it's
don't.
that type of RPG where everything is branching and everything
Yeah,
is permanent. Every decision you make is
yeah.
contributing to
To
some
the
other,
future.
branch of
Hmm.
thing, and because of your traits, other things will open up that you can use or not use. You can be a
Oh,
kind Warhammer leader or not,
It can be
or somewhere
a
in between.
tyrant or a
Um,
benevolent person.
let
and
me
Fact of life with
expound
Chad.
on the too much part. Literally, you have to read every single pop-up window to understand which stats per character will help you further that character, and you have at least 5 to 7 to 8 to 9 characters eventually in the story, and then you have to understand what
yeah,
their strengths are and their weaknesses. And again, my character is mostly
Oh,
on
so it's
the
work.
wise. Why? Yeah, yeah, you know.
I mean, after a bit, I felt like,
So it's HR, the
hey,
working.
this is, and to a certain, you got it spot on, because so you think like, oh, you just go into missions and you go into these tactical fights. No, 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 no. You have to deal with,
No,
okay, so the ship, there's on your way here, there's a squabble between one of your generals and another general, and you
Yeah,
have to know,
HR
then
work. You're working.
you then have to decide, okay,
people.
what is your opinion? Okay, do you want to just say everybody shut up? We just go there, or okay, how about
Resolve it.
yours?
Right.
Then you resolve it, and then yeah,
But
after
it
a
but it,
while,
it adds to the whole feel and flavor of the whole
it does,
game.
and I think
That
it's
part,
really
yeah.
meant for people who like have enough time.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that too.
Like,
I'll tell you this: every stat. Again, this is not strength, speed, dexterity. No, heck, no.
no,
That's so different stats, name stats, and each one has at least 2 or 3 paragraphs of exponential
and
explanation if you
and
put your mouth over it.
and even this here, and they weren't even content with that. They go like, okay, here's a storyline. Here's this person that you're talking to, and then you'll notice like some of the words are in has a little bit of a difference in color, and then you highlight. It gives you now an access to the lore database of that family, and you can now get lost. It's like a weird RPG / Wikipedia running
Yeah,
simultaneously. It's like, oh, just in case
Too much
you
data.
didn't know why this person is like this. This
No,
is their
it's not just
problem.
in case. It's to help you make an informed decision. This is their
That's
context.
true.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
If you
sure,
like to
sure.
read, yes. If you like to read.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
So it
let's go to the
was,
action.
but
Not your game.
yeah, but I mean,
That's only the beginning.
if you move it to sort of like, okay, who cares? I just want to see fights. You can, and it's not bad mechanics wise. I like the systems around it. It's kind of like XCOM, but not too deep. Where it's really that here's my cover. It has the same cover. Doesn't have the whole Overwatch per
Accuracy.
se
Yeah.
Mhm.
mechanism. But because it's Warhammer, you can cast lightning bolts and you have chain swords. And so there are these fun bits where you rush in, you swing in three.
Oh, they show it to you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
And there's a
three
difference
opponents.
between wisdom and smarts. I think my character has more on smarts, and therefore he's a charismatic guy, which I think is very
Mm.
important throughout the game because there's a lot of talkies, a lot of dialogue, and that's probably the base game. There's even DLCs to
No, no. I was tempted with the DLC, but I said, okay, let me try it first. I can buy the DLC if I need to. And I go, I'm good. I think
I'm not
I
buying
got to experience. I got to see that world, and also again run it on my Mac. Was like, yeah, look, I'm playing video games in my Mac at full quality. Come on, just to
I'll tell
brag.
you this: even if you buy
I
the
miss my
DLC,
Counter
it
Strike.
probably won't take you half the year to actually reach it. So
Oh
you're
my
like,
god, just from too much
oh,
reading.
I mean,
No,
again, the
yeah,
base
yeah,
game
no.
got a lot already. The DLC adds
I
more
mean,
in the later game. Yeah.
I'm still yet to finish, and I've spent so much time playing Divinity
Prologue,
Original
Divinity.
Sin
Yeah.
2,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
and I'm still not done. So I'm like, yeah.
That's
Welcome
Um,
to
what
the club.
makes Diablo the best. It just gives you a few bits of the story
so
that
so
makes
here,
sense.
which is relates to
And
our
then
thing,
kill
because I
demons. Yeah.
can't play Diablo anymore because it's real time action.
Ah, really?
I
The new one?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
actually looking for a mod that can play D2 on the Mac. I can't find one.
well, just play Torchlight.
No, but
Torchlight.
come
Oh my
on,
god.
Diablo.
Torchlight is so good. Torchlight
Yeah,
is so
Torchlight's
good.
the best. Just don't cross two. Just until two.
Three
From what
is
I've heard.
there.
From what
Three
I've heard.
is so
From what
different
I've
kind
heard.
of Torchlight.
So
And
unlike okay, go on. You were
Yeah.
saying
don't
And then
don't play the free to play Torchlight. Don't.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So, but Torchlight is fantastic, and same formula. Small tidbits of story go into like, ooh, fun stuff.
Hack and
Ooh,
slash, hack and
here's
slash.
my better armor. Ooh, here's my better
Oh,
stuff.
shiny.
And then you're now glowing, and all of these other flying things all around you, and your dog is like the
Good
first time
dog.
Happy New Year, Bob.
I just
I
I just a weasel.
remember,
Hey,
yeah,
Bob.
something like that. I remember with
Dude, a dog's different from
no,
I
no,
just
you
want
can
to
also
say.
have a dog.
And a llama.
And a
And
llama.
a bird, a
Yeah.
hawk.
I remember
Elder
in
boy.
Diablo 2, was it Diablo 2? No. Diablo 1 and
One.
with the druid. So with the expansion, right? Is it Diablo 1 or
Two.
Diablo 2? Diablo 2
Two
was
is a
okay,
Two has
werebear
a
basic.
druid.
werewolf.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so
So
Diablo 2, um as you grow older you have less time but you get more skills, so I start just memory hacking everything. And pretty much I built this super druid that
is it elemental?
just
Oh yeah,
just
that's
yeah
the elemental one.
with birds and
Right, that's
and
the
things that are flying. So I was
Man, okay.
breezing through the whole
So you're
storyline.
like a necro then.
Kinda.
But it
It's
is a
breezing through the whole storyline. So one stage after the one stage after the. It was the worst experience because when I finally was about to meet Dale,
Okay.
I didn't see
Dale.
him.
It's too much.
It's like
Your minions
I
killed
wanted
it
to
before
talk to
you.
him. I wanted to like stop
But he's dead.
the other stuff, but my
Fine.
dog ran and it died.
Oh,
It's like,
quickly
no,
pick.
wait, I wanted
Get
to try
faulted.
out.
Anyway, unlike you guys, I played board games.
No,
Hey, going back to our
for
roots
the board
again.
game, for the board game, for the board game.
All right.
I tried something that you might be interested in, and it was very surprising, very light in some sense. It's a worker placement game called Fromage.
I know it's the cheese making game,
That
right?
Cheese.
I mean, it's about
Fromage.
cheese.
Yeah, and it's a rondel, right?
Not quite.
What? But I know that
But you
place a
rotate.
worker. You're right.
You rotate.
Place a worker, and then it
Yeah,
takes
and so
longer.
it is. Your workers are placed on a cheese wedge.
Right.
Okay. The thing is, the shapes on where you can place them, in essence, are directions. So after you've done your worker placement, the whole board will rotate literally.
Right.
Yink. 1/4 turn. If the cheese pointer is pointing at you, you can get it back.
Right.
Otherwise,
Oh,
you have to wait
Yes.
until.
Like Zolkin.
Kinda,
You're waiting for
But
it to
you
come
you
back to
have
you.
them on each of your workers.
The more that the worker stays, the better cheese. But then you're missing out on actions, right?
Sorta. It's not really better cheese. It's just that that's the only option, and you wanted to complete that. And
But that's
fine.
on my cart.
Ah.
It was supposed to be, but
It is fantastic.
it's on my cart because
It is
I
fun.
heard great things about it.
I enjoyed the look.
Omelette du fromage.
Yeah, yeah. I got to play it with Earl last night, and
I had well, that cat game, Cat Between Us. I bought it
Oh, you got it.
in
Okay,
our
okay.
reunion,
nice.
and
Mhm.
my wife's relatives, like, they loved it. They're like,
Yeah,
it was like everybody was thinking from a second year high school to a working lawyer, and then
Mm.
they're like, this is too complicated. I'm like, no, your 6 players is just two decisions. Two decisions.
You will play twice. You're gonna play 2 cards. That's it.
But that was good. That was really good.
Yeah.
But I want to I want to share with you guys Castle Combo. I just got it
Mm.
recently. So it's also a simple game. There are 2 rows of 3 people in each row. So there's the castle people and then the village people.
Okay.
They don't dance. They don't have other weird uniforms. It's just that.
Mhm.
So there's another marker. There's a messenger. Wherever the messenger is,
Okay.
that's where you can buy. If it's in the castle area, you can buy it only on the castle area. If you're if the messenger is on the village, you can only buy from that. Basically, that's the board. Buy one, pay money, stuff like that. Place it on your 3x3 imaginary grid.
Mm.
That's your game.
Ah.
Create your best combo on a 3x3, and there's it's fun because, like, get one, it triggers an ability immediately, and then at the bottom it tells you how it's gonna score at the end game.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's just quick. So it's like, okay, this card will score 3 points for every blue on its top, on its bottom, on its left, on its right.
I see.
This
I see.
one will
Okay,
score for each of these. This one will get each of these. So you're just trying to really make do of what you have, and if you don't have anything that you want to buy, you put the messenger on the other row, or you just clean the row.
Mhm.
So it's just that quick. Nine turns each. So you're just buying and then getting and adding.
So it's kind of like a draft, with some resources, whichever is available for you to draft one, and then you're building your tableau.
Yeah, just
Okay.
combo
Mm.
on a 3x3.
Okay. Cool.
But the combos
Interesting.
are a lot because there are a lot of cards that trigger off each other. But when I was playing it yesterday with the Las Piñas group, I was asking them how they felt about it. They say, I like it. It's quick. It's nice. It makes you think because you're trying to hit all those combos. But they mentioned a word like it's a gotcha. So like, what do you mean by gotcha? They said, like, you might want to get this, and then when it flips, you want that other card better. So that part's like, but that's how the game goes, right? So
Sure.
you
Cool,
build your
So there's
combos
still an
and
element
people.
of
Yeah.
randomness as
Yeah,
well.
actually, it's similar. So I finally got to play Forest Shuffle. I
Okay.
have been
That's the tableau with
the
top and
tableau.
bottom, right?
No, not really.
I mean side.
Yeah, so each card you can put a flying insect
Mhm.
or bird, and on left and right you can put some animals.
Right,
At the
right.
bottom you can foot some more, whatever.
How'd you find it?
Yeah.
I was intrigued by it.
So, okay, I don't know why I've avoided it. I shouldn't have.
It's your
And
game. Multi-use game. Multi-cards. Use cards.
I was afraid because of I thought it might feel like a terraforming Mars. But wow, is
Okay.
it so simple
Yes.
and approachable?
Touch here,
You
touch there.
you it's actually very much like ethnos, where
Oh, okay.
you you will either take cards or play a card.
Right. And
Okay?
then throw everything away.
But not
Right.
exactly throw everything
You
away.
return everything
Whatever
away.
you're playing, it will have a cost, which is the cards you're throwing away. And when that
Oh, that's a good twist
reaches
on that one.
a certain limit, then they get discarded. When you're drawing, it's either from the top of the deck or whatever is in front of you. So it gives you that, and then if similar to what your game is, you have some scoring. So yesterday I found that hey, I found some cards that were interested in butterflies. So I led with that, and then I found started to search some other butterflies. But hey, apparently I
Pivot.
found something that can also score insects, and a
Pivot.
butterfly is
Right.
insects. So now
Oh, that's so nice.
so it
Goes
started to like,
together.
oh, this is so pleasant, and you're planting trees and they look pretty, and it's like
It better
You
not be
know
a
why?
green or brown box.
so,
It is.
so that's
It's
the
actually
thing.
a green
It's
It is.
exactly why I was but it
But
is,
it's good. It is good.
and
Okay.
I was afraid that it would be a brain burner.
It's not
It's
really.
not. It's not.
Because
So
it's not that much. It might be overwhelming because there's too many symbols and things that you have to
yeah,
think. But
but
when you see, oh, like what you
yeah,
said,
yeah.
butterfly. All right, look for butterflies.
Oh,
Look
oh,
for
this,
this.
and then there are some interesting bits, but yeah, I I am now hunting it in
But I was gonna say, you know why now you like those trees and you like
mm,
because we're getting old in this.
yeah, well,
Yeah, you know what?
this
Could I say something? I've noticed throughout
Sure.
our 25 minutes worth of talking that we have preferred easier, shorter games,
I was gonna
which
say that
leads
too. Correct.
to our topic. Denmark, take it away.
Right. So besides that, we're
so are we
also
getting dumber?
no, we're not.
Dumb.
I refuse. I
Wait a minute.
refuse to say
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wrong.
no. Before Keo said that, well, before Keo took the words out of my mouth, exactly what I was gonna say. I was also gonna say while we were discussing games, we're always referring to previous games that we grew up with, quote
Yeah,
unquote.
sure,
Like,
sure,
so
sure.
or we experienced earlier, like Forest Shuffle for Ethnos, like Fantasy Realms for combo Castle Combo, more of the same, like and then
Mm.
Diablo and whatnot. It's because I think when you grow in maturity in a certain area of whatever you're geeking out on, it changes through the years, right?
Yeah, and it's not. I don't even think that it's like you're refining your taste.
I think that's part of it.
Sure, you're, but I think it's also flowing with the realities of why you wanna
Where
play.
you are now,
Yeah.
right? So that's what
Mm.
we're gonna be talking about. How maturing with our board game preferences,
Growing old,
growing
old with
old
you,
with our
Not
board
necessarily
growing
game
old with our
mature,
preferences.
you
hobby.
know?
Because this okay, this came from Jake was supposed to be here because this is coming off from his topic. He made the 10 best board games of 2024 for him. And he in the beginning I found it interesting that he was saying that I have my top 10 list, but I did not do that. And when people ask me what's my favorite game, I always answer at the moment this is it. And it got us thinking na why would you answer it that way? It's because he was explaining also the more you play it, it changes your preference changes. Better mechanics changes your preference. So
Yeah.
how did we would like to this what are some of the factors or maybe inputs that we have on how did I think we've matured in our taste in board games
So
through
I,
the
I
years.
and
So
it's not in where one taste is better or more advanced or more
right, right,
refined than
right.
the other, but the palette does change,
It does.
but mainly because of again I think, and I have a whole big topic about this in the past. Uh, the motivations. Why are we playing, right?
Okay.
And so
So
when we were younger, it's a lot of competition. You know, you want to express that. Yeah, I'm good at playing games. I'm
I'm
really good
smart.
at. I'm
That's why I'm
smart.
not gonna agree when you say that we're getting dumb because we're still smart.
Okay, and so I love Kamet, and that's like one of my favorites,
Right.
and still do. But it is not something I would reach for as often anymore. Why? Because it takes a little bit longer. There's a lot of aggression.
Yes.
The stress. Maybe I'm not too keen.
Aggression.
I I kind of wanna play it with people that I can be still relaxed, but more of like, here's the tactical reality of why I'm doing that, and there's no more like, why are you attacking me? We're
Oh my.
playing a
I had
game.
that same
If I
reaction
had
before. Like,
1 peso
why
for
me?
every time.
It's like, I mean,
Why you
if you're
attacking
like that,
me?
then because it's part of the rules. I
So
mean,
so maturing for you is now more on your preference now is more of, yeah, you're still gonna play it. Undoubtedly, you're gonna play it.
yeah,
Someone brings
yeah,
it in front of
but
you, you're gonna play it. But now
yeah,
your
I will
motivation
check the people who's playing now.
but now your motivation is, I'm gonna play this because I love it. It relaxes me. It makes me feel good when I play this,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just
yeah,
to
yeah.
prove something or say
Therapeutic.
anything. Exactly, right?
Ther-
You're playing because now for you, board game is something that relaxes you or distresses you,
yeah,
right?
and it's not that doesn't mean that everybody is at that
No,
stage.
even before that's what we
So
did, right?
yeah,
But now it's more
so
pronounced, I
yeah,
think.
and if you think about it, in our younger years, you played Legend of the Five Rings. I
Yes,
played Magic, and I played World of
Warhammer.
Warcraft,
World of Warcraft.
TCG. So we were hyper competitive.
Yes,
Hyper. It's like, tournaments. Let's go professional
nationals,
national team. You
internationals,
know, you fly to other countries to compete.
just to play.
Just to play. Why? Because again, at that time, that was the fun of it. That
Yes, that was the thrill.
adrenaline of
Yes,
12 hours, 16 hours fighting, right?
and that's non-stop, right? Tourney, best
More
best
relax.
what relaxes me. That's why he likes
Wow.
GMT games.
Wow.
I remember tournaments were like 8 rounds, and a
Yeah,
round is 1 hour. It's like, okay, that's fine, but now I'm not gonna
yeah,
do. I'm gonna play cash.
exactly.
I just want to have fun. I can lose, but I
Yeah.
still have fun and remember everything while
Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah.
this.
I mean,
I mean,
and there are still moments. There are still moments that
Of
we
of
would
course.
okay, fine. You want, and then you shed the board gamer happy, let's go relax mode, and then suddenly you show your wisdom and skills again.
Mm.
But yeah, it is something that I am not as enamored anymore.
Right. Different
Enamored.
reason.
yeah.
Okay,
Enamored.
I'm losing words.
Been there, love that. Diba? Been there, love
Wait,
that.
Tatawa ako sana eh,
but,
sabi ko din.
but that's a good point, right? And
Yeah.
another point that I want to ask Kyo is, you because Kyo, we play board games the least with Kyo. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
so I bet most of his board games too, besides his chicken and that hot dog thingy, gets played
You still,
less. So
you still on that?
I wanna ask you, sidebar. I was at Toy Kingdom and Toy something in last December, and they had a Trotro Burrito Deluxe Edition at $400. So if you
Oh.
see right there,
Wow.
Pirata yun.
Really?
Di
it's
pirata yun.
orig.
Di pirata.
It's
Yes, sir.
orig, bro.
Pirata yun. Kala mo lang.
Well, di ako bumili. But if someone would, it's right there. Anyway, I'm gonna ask you,
Mm.
since you've been playing the least, you've been bringing out your board games the least among us, right?
Yes, that's
I
right.
think that's safe to say. So, do you think your preference in board games change or because of how many times you played that game, or does it still stay the same?
That's a very good question. Would normally say that it's based on the current environment and people around you. So in my case,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
casual players or people who don't even play
Mm.
much or who are not
mm-hmm.
even introducing, who haven't been tried tabletop. So those are the most people I mostly have been seeing the past year, no? But if you want my personal opinion about why my personal preference changed, it's because again, this is just for me.
Right, right.
I saturated myself with the board games which I love so much. The
Mm.
Okay.
theme
Okay.
and the
Mm-hmm.
mechanics. In this case, RPGs. We got the D&Ds here. We've got
Yeah,
Talisman over
Right.
the whole
here.
D&D
So
series.
so so imagine if you saturate yourself with the things that you love so much to the point that it just doesn't work out for you anymore. It's more like, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
have it. I haven't really tried it. I saturated myself for now. So therefore, you want to try something else and admit it. If you eat broccoli for your half your life, you would like to eat cauliflower at least once,
Meat.
right?
You
It's
meat. You
okay,
eat
fine.
meat.
Meat. You eat
Yeah,
pork and then now
classic,
you want beef,
classic Tito
right? Diba?
reference na, mga daddy natin. Hindi pwedeng
Eat your
adobo for,
veggies.
hindi pwedeng adobo or sinigang habang buhay daw.
Eat your
Ganon
Here's a
veggies.
good
yung leg.
example. Here's a good
See,
example.
there's
When you were
Ollie.
younger, there's Ollie. Hi, Ollie. Here's a good example. When we were younger, we never enjoyed queso de bola. But as we grew older,
Oh yeah.
we actually
Right. That's
appreciate the
another way of
taste of queso de
preference.
bola. Why? Because
Mm-hmm.
Mm, that's true.
we've never even given it a chance when we were younger. But now that we do, again, in my case, I saturated myself with so many things that I personally liked. When I discover new things, especially with you guys, when Ron teaches me new things, or when Denmark teaches me new games, I appreciate it more because it's
Mm,
it's it's a
Mm-hmm.
different flavor. It's a different thing that you've never seen with the collection you already have already. Things that you've already understood, like, oh, there are parts of which I like here, and things that are new. Okay,
mhm.
this may come out as a weird thing from me, considering that I'm the guy who mostly hates Euro
Yaros.
Euros. Um,
Hey, Euros are good now.
yun. I would like to say that I'm not close to trying good Euros, right? I will
Mm.
not try a 5 hour, 4 hour Euro, but I
Yeah, we're
will
not gonna do that.
when
Maybe
but
once in a year. That's it. But not
even
not
that
really.
too long
But
for me.
but
That's
if
even
but if
that too long for me.
yeah, but for example, I mean, we have to play distilled.
Right.
For example, where we're gonna be drinking a bit of whiskey and the theme connects, and
Yeah,
then
with the
suddenly it becomes
atmosphere and all, why not?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah,
again,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not closing my
So we'll do
doors right
fromage
now.
and distill.
It's a deal.
Fromage and
Yeah, let's go.
distilled, and then
Ah,
the
Wine and
brewery
cheese.
wine and
game,
cheese.
cheese, wine, and cheese, chuttery boy.
What?
Whiskey.
That
See, even
Whiskey.
even the games that we're gonna be theming it is for Tito.
the idea here, kasi on my
Yeah.
side of the world, or at least in my side, again, I'm used to the things I like. The
Right.
RPGs, the dungeon crawlers, yeah, they're fun. I still enjoy them. But
Mm.
when I at a certain point, I'm not exactly sure about everyone else's taste, which you can really assume. That's why you are
Mm-hmm.
open for other people to show you new games, may it be whatever genre it is, Yarrow or worker replacement or
Yeah,
whatever.
bro.
And then
So
once
so
once you
Viking.
try it, what Yarrow, and then
So Viking
once you try
sounding.
it, and then
Yeah.
it it actually fits your one. It fits your time. Okay, it
Mm-hmm.
fits the theme that you probably never thought was okay. It was fine, diba?
Mm.
I mean,
Mm.
that show my game that you introduced me,
Steam
Ron.
up. Steam
Team
up.
up
Team
looks
up,
nice.
diba? That was good. That was good. I never
Yeah.
thought about show my that way, and I'm like, hey, that's pretty interesting, diba?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
eventually you open up to the fact that okay, I enjoyed it. It wasn't long. The theme was okay.
Mm-hmm.
The components attracted me, and
Yeah.
the one who thought it made it
Knows how to
interesting.
teach it.
Exactly. Again, these are the factors
Sorry.
that get me into
Oh yeah, yeah,
liking
yeah.
a game. Diba? If someone can teach a bad game and teach it well, malay mo, maengganyo ka kasi there's something else aside from the bad game that actually makes you want to play it, diba? And again,
Kick the door.
it's
Hey, I still play
diba?
that, but not for a long
Again,
time.
it's all about opening up your doors to more things rather than what you already get used to. No, Because
Right.
you,
Yeah,
you
I think
already know these things. I mean, Ron has got a whole collection of heavy games, but has he played it for the past year? No. Why?
Because it's always
He,
in the pickup.
it's, it's
yeah.
always
Well,
closed in the pickup truck and ready for other social events, but not his own.
Right.
but yeah. So
Diba?
I mean,
So yeah,
the I think the good thing about having game groups is you can. So for example, I would still play uh ancient knowledge,
Mhm.
even if it is a bit of a long game, or the longer one is Imperium. But you're
Yeah,
right.
I like Imperium.
It is a bit of an investment. Dune Imperium, for example, it's also a bit
Yeah.
of an investment, and it
yes.
does take time to play. But once you get the right people, then you're gonna go at
Right.
it. But at the same time, you're right about exploring new games to change the palette, to try out new things, just to cleanse the palette. If you've been playing too many Euros,
Here's a
having
good
a
question.
nice
Why do Magic players still play Magic pa rin?
Because
Because
there's
the
lots of combos that you can
exactly
explore.
there are
and
new things that come
the
out.
The
variety,
The
variety.
the
variety. There you
theme, the
go.
story.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
They go serious, and then the funny bloom barrel
And
that
then
are
furries.
super cute, right?
And now they're back to
diba?
horror.
Yeah.
And now it's a
Diba?
modern na
See,
naman. It's
it's the
like,
still same genre. I mean, again, in contrast to what I just said, kasi, is that you do saturate yourself with magic, although you understand the mechanics and all of that, but it changes up. Eh. Uh,
Mm.
that's what you're looking for. And like it or not, some people actually change to a new TCG. In this case, let's say Altered. Diba? Altered's out there right now. People who played Magic are interested in it. Diba?
Mm.
People enjoy some people enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh before, and now they're looking towards the One Piece card game too as well. Diba?
Mm.
It's
mhm.
got the same aesthetics more or less, but it's got a different flavor. Again, I'm not saying that everyone who saturates
I will
themselves with the
still
same
play
game.
hegemony. Don't
Oh,
worry.
oh wow, that game
We just need to set the time.
earlier time,
That's a job. Probably yeah, but not
No,
probably not on
diba?
bacon.
but
But you guys can play it on bacon.
I want I want to pick up from what you guys were saying. You guys were
Yeah,
saying that you were playing things that are familiar with you, right? It like
I
what
saturated with
Kyo was.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
holding this since kanina pa. You were saying I surrounded myself with things that I really like, and that's familiar to you. And then now it affects that one because you also wanna other people. You play with other people and they experience the other games, and then you enjoy it, and you also playing different games. So ultimately, does being familiar, do you mature because the games that you are playing you still tend to stick with the familiar games that you have because it's fun, or is it more of you you mature or you change your taste in board games because of the people you play with? Which one do you where do you tend to go on that direction
I
for you
lean
guys?
towards I lean towards widening my
Mm.
preference rather than sticking to what I like now.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I have learned through experience that widening your preference actually introduces to you to a new favorite, which I personally will not saturate. Okay, I love the show my game,
Mm.
but I'm not gonna buy food games all over for a whole year. No, I do
Okay.
have the hot dog. I do have the hot dog chicken, and that's it. No, no more. Diba? I have other party games, but they're not the same. Diba? I'm just saying that
Yeah.
uh, uh, I will again widen rather than narrow my to a new taste or transfer to a new taste again. I still enjoy the old games, but I lean towards the people who are mostly uh what's a word uh consistently around me because
Right.
Mm.
I
It's
have
a big
better
factor in
opportunities
changing your palette,
to
right?
either learn something new or to teach them something that I already like, but
Okay.
I've never, have been able to play properly. You know?
From Kyo wants to widen. Me, when I brought up the topic about familiarity, it was how my palette changed in a way that and Ron used to hear this from me, and I've been telling the other members of VP about this also, that most board games now tend to bloat or just tend to be complicated for that reason, just for bloat
No,
and for
you have
complication.
no reason at
so
all.
so
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
that's wait. This is my perspective. It's not the official thing that's happening right now. But that's how I see board games now. That's why for me, my taste matured because I went back to what's familiar. When you strip everything off from a worker
Mm.
placement, like example that I always use, there's Flamecraft. I played it. It was good. I actually like the dragons, but I would actually play low Lords of Waterdeep more than that because it's more finesse, it's more streamlined, it's more uh cleaner than the other one. So to me that changed. If I was younger, I prefer Flamecraft and preach the gospel of Flamecraft to people.
Dragons.
Yeah, dragons, man. But now with that
Not Demon
familiarity
Walker.
for me, I was like, that one too.
That one
But you know
too.
why I still hold on to that one? Because it's a tight 5 round game that's resource management and you have to be really efficient. So with you also get you guys also mentioned time. That's the time
Yeah.
that would work for a tight worker placement resource game that's good. It's like 5 rounds. That's good. So that's what when you said you want to broaden, good. That's how your palate tasted. Me, I was saying yes, I'll still try, but right now my palate prefers things that are more
Mm. That's
cleaner,
interesting.
So,
That's
familiar.
interesting.
so to me, I think, so the sure Kickstarter will have these big, heavy titles here and there,
Right.
but reality is there are so many still very streamlined, very precise and very innovative idea, especially once you start going towards the Asian market, for
Right.
example, where
Yes.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, ergo cat between us, for example, is such a mind-blowing, such a simple concept. But just before that, pull back a few years, veggie stock was just right there,
Yes.
and it's the same thing. And I think now what I am more interested in is finding these new gems of these small games that are just
Amen.
like, hey, this
Preach.
is interesting.
The quirky, unheard ones, the
Yeah, yeah.
the
But
surprises.
I
I,
think
I know
into any
someone like that.
collection, into
Well, we'll
any
not name
collection,
anybody.
normally, you know, you'll have let's say for watches, you know, you'll have a core part of your
Of
collection.
course, it's
Oh,
still
I
gonna be
have to have a
there.
daily, I have to
Yes.
have a dress watch, blah blah blah. But then after you had that set and you're okay, you're good. Then you go,
What else is
that
there?
what
What
else
else
is
is
there? And
there?
then now you
What's the
start
new
looking
one?
at that is weird,
Yes, but
but
it
I like it. You
it's
know,
weird, but it's nice.
you know that
It
is
works.
that is odd. That is unique. And
Yes.
now you're after the story. You're after the small
Right.
bits and the thing. And I
That's a
think
very
that's
good,
where we
interesting
are. And
perspective.
that's where I think the maturity differs to somebody who's still new in the hobby, and they're like,
Yeah,
I
I
want
have to
all the big
experience everything
title.
now.
Let's try.
Yes.
But us, we to a certain extent, we've tried quite a few, and now we're like looking for these.
Yeah.
Wow, okay,
Yeah. And at
that's
some point, you know what you want na, eh, di ba? Like 2, 3 years into the hobby, you know, okay, I don't want euros or I don't want betting bidding games. I don't want this. I don't want that. No? And then
mm,
you go to that lane where you prefer those games, and then when
yeah,
you complete that, you're like, what else is new with this game with this lane? What else is different? And that's part of you maturing,
yeah,
trying things out. For me, I know people will always buy the Cult of the New. Whatever board game group you go, there's always gonna be that game.
yeah, yeah.
So look for the other game that's like,
What's
look here.
really interesting, and I think maybe this is what a little bit of some sort of maturity, or at least experience. So there was this game called uh, okay, it's hard to pronounce, but it's basically the it's the game about the second day of Halloween. Um,
Have I
also,
played this? No,
I
I don't
no
think
no, I
so.
haven't. So,
Dentist Day. What? Hello?
but it's the Mexican way to celebrate. It's like you. What is that movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I know,
That
no,
movie
yeah,
where
yeah.
the
Coco?
Coco. Okay, so
Coco,
it
Coco. So
looks
Coco Day.
like
Okay.
Coco, and it's a rondel like worker placement game. And I
Why
think
don't I know this?
oh, you love it,
It's
and
a tip
it
of a
looks
tongue.
fantastic. Very bright colors, and what the goal of the game is, you're supposed to make an altar. So you're building up the altar. You're going around the town, trading with other villagers, so until you find that best set for your altar, and you're building up this altar. That's it. That's the game. The interesting bit on how I bought it. So I saw the theme. I went to the video, and maybe had like just went through until I can see the turn structure, and then bought it. I didn't finish the rules. I only learned about the rules after buying. Why? Because I'm like, it's okay. I'm gonna like this.
Yeah.
That level of confidence that goes, no, okay, I'm good. I will enjoy this.
I will.
That is,
I
I
mean,
think that's a nice skill to have.
Yeah.
Because you now go, yeah. I'm
But
gonna be fine
but
with
if you
this.
think
I
about
mean,
it, Kiyo's
yeah.
point earlier was there, right? Na it the reason why your brain clicked that way, there's people around you who's gonna like this and play
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah. I just told you about the theme
Right.
and you're like,
I,
Why don't I
there.
know this?
Let's
Go,
go.
Kiyo. Yes, go, Kiyo.
actually, we all three of us have different perspectives. Because I noticed that Denmark likes things that is familiar and likes to go back to these things which he likes. Because his
Mm,
background is that he's saturated naman with different things na new, right?
mm.
Me,
Yeah,
baliktad.
yeah.
I'm saturated with what I personally like, and I'm open now to different things. Now Ron is open to a lot of new things. No?
Yeah, because he's a
It
designer
yeah,
by
exactly.
his brain
That's his
works that way.
background. And as a designer,
Yeah.
your brain already tells you these are the things that I'm looking for. And even though you never finish a video of how the game works, you will buy it because something's already clicked. May it be the theme,
Yep.
may
Right.
it be the initial mechanics, may it be the components alone that and the initial marriage of how the components work together will actually give you that euphoria of oh yes, I will buy that.
It's called,
Uh,
it's called Pat Squad.
remove remove
You
from
should send that.
cart, check out from cart, diba?
Right.
Ganun eh.
So what
It's good. Yeah.
I have two more points that I want
Question.
to bring up, and then maybe we could wrap this up. No, one point will be actually I'll combo the other one, but one point will be
Choco combo.
sometimes games now become. Do you guys agree that games become better? Yes, in a sense, but I just don't like the bloat and the overcomplication. But I think yes, games right now are getting better. The hang-ups of the other mechanics in previous games, now they find a solution to streamline it and make it more
Mm,
elegant.
mm.
So, is that part of us maturing na, like what I'm saying, dati ang gulo ng rule na to, buti sa game na to, naayos na nila. Now it's better. So, I prefer this
And
now than the other one.
even the games themselves. For example, Catan just released another
My
the
God, they have
new
another
edition,
one. Hi,
right?
Sim.
In the new edition of Catan, Klaus Teuber's actually he's in one of the art
Okay.
pieces. Uh, and they're still streamlining. They're still trying to improve it. Why? Because again, mechanics, the way to say rules, the way to explain systems, the way what you think as a designer is how people will perceive
No.
it versus what actually people
Yes.
do, they start to progress. And I think the beauty about board gaming is that the designers are very attuned, at least majority, are very
To their
attuned
crowd.
to how crowds are
Right.
reacting to their game. More vocal, you hear them on playgroups, you see them, people react. And unlike mass market games where,
Mhm.
who cares? But even Monopoly is getting updates on like the rules. Like
Yeah.
there's
And
a
even themes.
That's true.
there's
There
The
yeah,
themes.
and Monopoly has like a game now which is Monopoly bid. It's like you are a bidding game. What are you talking about?
No, it's a roll and move. It's not a bidding game.
but it's
It can
it's
be.
like
It can be.
No, but that I think that's another reason that streamline of making it more elegant. I think that the word that we're looking for clean was supposed to be elegant,
mm,
but the way that it becomes elegant tends for us to mature that way because yes, it's cleaner on how to explain, it's cleaner how to play, the framework, the structure, and how your brain will work. It's more intuitive into doing
yeah.
that. So that's why you tend to mature more on this side and then forget the other
Mhm,
games that
mhm. And
that you
eventually
have.
they catch up. In
They
some
will
games, the
if they pivot properly.
yeah. And you can and when you experience new games, for example, Dante Inferno, good game, but there are certain layers in the rules where Okay, extra effort. I see.
It's work. It's work.
Right, but you notice that it's like, okay, I understand why they attempted this, why we're
The
pushing.
effort was there.
Yes.
You see where it
So
was going.
and you know that eventually
It will
some
get better.
incarnation of this will be picked up, and they will again try to improve it.
Right.
And I think that's the beauty of the hobby that we are in, is it is something where kind of like, Kemet had an update, but to the ones who
No,
love, well, it's like
no, they had Cthulhu, but no, no, really no. The Blood and Sand. I'm sorry, guys who are fans of that. Good for you, but the
you have
orange one's better. Orange one.
I,
Okay,
I
Tio.
I have a opinion that not many gamers of our age will probably agree, but it probably is the reality. Okay, my perspective on games now is that they are now easier because they're easier to market to different new generations. And with that, these games are, like what Ron mentioned, marketed better, and they make their rounds more, giving us a perspective that most game groups will probably have this game. And therefore, gamers like us who enjoy the good, refined rule games, which are usually in Kickstarter, we have no choice but to join these groups if we want to play. And therefore, when we
Okay.
learn about these new games, na simpler nga, but at least the fact that it's always around and it's more accessible to everyone else who are new to the hobby, that's when our taste eventually evolves to, what do you call this? What's the proper word for this? Mm, Adhering or uh, pinagbibigyan natin ang sarili natin to join these groups kasi we just want to play. Okay? At
But you
one
don't
point,
like that group. Is that what you're saying?
you don't have to be friends.
that
You don't have to be
sinismo lang talaga.
friends.
Guys, kung wala kayong game na to, di ako tatambay dito.
Hey, we can't have that mindset. Our mindset as variable play and as board game enthusiasts is that if there's a game, we entice people to try it out because it's a
Right.
stepping stone. The thing is, if
Of
these stepping
course.
stones become saturated themselves are all over the place, do we have a choice? We can't always choose solo gaming, right? And then we have to join these guys, and these guys, there'll always be one person who'll be like, "Oh, I love this game," and this game's like too simple for your taste, but sure, I'll
Oh,
try
I
it
have an
out.
answer
Why
for
not?
that now. I love this
Okay,
game and
go.
everybody doesn't like it. You're still mature.
It's still
and
yeah, exactly.
and I think in that aspect, also learning how to sort of coax them into, okay, you guys are interested in a, let's say a dexterity
Mm,
game. uh if it's really so that they can try it out, sure, I'll play a round or two with
mhm.
them, but I will use that as an opportunity to introduce them to other games.
Right.
So that's
The
the
tangents.
advocate part on our side. But generally speaking, it's just when people are starting that happens, and then they quickly go into like, oh, okay, this game is interesting,
Preferred
and then they
lanes.
start to go, can you bring this game next time?
Right, right.
And
Yes,
you
yes.
go, oh, okay, you like that, or
Mhm.
cool, I have another
I
game.
have an idea.
Yeah. So
Could you bring this
it's
game next time, or where'd you buy that?
actually the where you buy that is always the, like,
The
add to
fault.
cart, add to cart.
So that's what we're talking about, and Bob brought a good point about it. No, so not hating on Inferno or other games, but that's now the preference is this is a great game, but this should have had a better workaround on this
Yeah,
aspect,
yeah, for
right?
example, this very popular game, Harmonies, I think.
Yeah, it's
uh
Reef.
Yes.
yeah,
I was like, this is Reef. Okay, I'll sell this. I like Reef more.
Reef. I
so
like Reef.
it's great, but as a designer, I go like, yeah, but if you do this and the player makes a mistake, it's done.
Right.
Why is that not fixed? And you're now going like, oh, but you can house rule it where you can sort of deduct
But
points
you
until.
shouldn't have the
I know, but you know it's a quick game. And again, not to detract to people who love it. It is a fantastic looking game. It
Right.
does look amazing
No,
at the table.
it's what most of the top tens this year. It's really right up there. If it's not on the top, it's always like 90% on the top five of people.
Yeah. Well,
It's always there, so it
Yeah.
tells you it's a good game.
it's a good game. But the beauty about learning and maturing in the hobby is that you can also say, yeah, it's just not for me.
Correct. I at this age,
Yep.
there are a lot of games that I say that's great, but not for me.
Yeah, I
Tried
see
it
I
once.
see the merits.
Yeah,
I
but you tried
recognize.
it. You tried it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the
I understand
fantastic design.
why people enjoy this, but
I
don't.
see, but not for my palate, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
last.
But
Let's
I don't
go.
like them. I don't.
it.
The game.
Pronouns.
You.
Learn pronouns properly. Okay. Last
Tito,
one.
Tito.
Last
Go.
one. Okay, maturing in your board games. Does time that we have and the price of board. I'll combo it now. Time and price range affect your maturing preference in board games.
So the funny bit with price is that it's this curve.
Okay.
So when we were really younger, we didn't have money to buy it. Sorry.
No, but it's
No,
still.
nada.
But it,
Nada.
what you're saying, but board games are still getting more expensive. By
Sure. But again, there's more variety. There's still games that are very accessible in
Yes.
price. You just need to know that they are there and you're not gonna be stuck with all of these big titles.
Yes.
So the thing is that your price equation kind of, for me, I always had that range formula, right? So because of that range formula, I can splurge on a big game once, and then I'll probably fill it up with
Smaller
backfill it with
ones,
some
right.
smaller ones. Because why? Because it just to balance out the formula that I'm always trying to
Mm.
get this variety. But in terms of age and time and energy,
That's another part. Oh, three
And
combos.
patience.
right?
And
And
patience.
patience. That's where I think it's now a physical thing that's preventing you to go like example. For example, Earl was mentioning, I'm really interested for so long to play hegemony, but I don't know when I'm gonna get the time.
Where's the physical part here? Your effort to actually.
I mean, I have Star Trek Ascendancy.
That's effort too.
Just to teach. I know it's like an hour per player by
My
default.
God, an hour per player.
It said there 45 minutes, but
Yeah, that's a lot.
Why? Why would you?
that's why the game is by default 3 players. Because
Yeah, that's
by
physical.
default,
3 hours.
3
Yeah,
hours
so
in a
Kyo, time, energy, and money, price. Any
Okay,
comments on that? Maturing?
non-gaming factors, if included in this discussion, yeah, definitely. Our money is not spent solely for games, no.
Right.
But if we're not considering that and money is no object, wow, sana all.
Sana all.
Sana all.
Happy,
Okay.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Three
Again,
Kings. CNY.
Side comment ng konti.
I'll comment.
Pero minsan talaga nakakabilib pa rin yung tipong, backed 25,000 Kickstarter. Like, talaga?
25K?
Parang,
How?
katrabaho naman ako eh.
$500?
Katrabaho naman ako.
saw
Pero
that
paano
post.
mo na-review?
Okay, Kyo, pick
Ay,
up.
go.
Where was I? Okay. There's always the point that if you like a game now and you want to get it, there's still another game you're waiting for. For me, that's maturity.
Okay.
Either you save up for that game that you really, really want, or get the game that you like now, and then probably fantasize yourself now. Oh, I'll be able to save by the time this thing comes out, which you don't.
I like how he said fantasize. I'm gonna get this now, but the one that I really like,
Delulu.
I can get that. I live in an
I can
alternate
say
world.
if I don't eat for 2 more months, I can get the game, which is definitely
Yan yung gawain ko yun nung high school eh. Gusto ko
Wala
talaga
ba?
tong card na to eh.
Wala tayong
I want
EQ.
to-
Sa paghahanap wala talaga tayong EQ.
So buong
Diba?
mga 2-3 weeks ko na breakfast
Ang
sa
lunch
lunch ko,
mo,
ano, hello lang, hello.
hello.
Hello
Tapos
with
isa lang, no?
Ako nga eh, yung, ano lang, yung isang rice tsaka yung libreng ano, gravy ni
Oh my
Manang.
God. Hingi ka ng soup?
Yung pork chop yung gravy. Ay,
Grabe.
hindi. Wala pang pork chop. Yung gravy lang sa kanin. Sabaw na yun. Kasi bakit may iniipunan akong magic card eh. Kailangan ko ng dual lands eh.
Oh my gosh.
Pero, I mean, yeah,
Mahal.
it is a factor to me. Price, again, the games that I really want are in Kickstarters, and no, I've never tried Kickstarters. I'll admit it right
Yeah.
now. I'll never go to a Kickstarter because again, I've heard and seen too many horror stories from 2 year delayed delivery to this game ate it. This game ate all of it.
Right.
They have so many bugs they haven't even given it a fix to this game. Or do you know
Actually,
how this works? No, what's this, an heirloom? Okay, whatever. So yeah, time can be managed. It's just among your preference if you want to take this much time at night after work, or no, not
or
night,
sleep.
after
Or
work.
sleep.
Okay, or sleep,
Oh.
or yeah, again after work. Again, we have other responsibilities, non-gaming factors that actually affect the time. But yeah, but again,
Explaining to
time
the
can.
wife.
Yeah, explaining to the wife. uh,
Sana,
when you eat dinner
one more
here, no,
round.
I won't. What will you eat,
Last
pares na
game.
lang? Last game, yeah,
Sabi
the
mo, hindi
last
ka
game
aabuti ng ano.
syndrome. Last game, tapos tumatawag na siya sa cellphone mo. Oh no, it's happened to me a lot of times in my early board game days. Oh God. Tumatawag
Oh,
na
pero
siya sa babae.
ngayon precise na, no? Nauunahan mo na eh. Di pauwi na.
Dude, yesterday, I was like, kailangan ko na umuwi. Kailangan ko na umuwi. And then we're like, bakit ang aga mo umuwi? One, tatay na kasi ako. Two, may pamilya ako. Kailangan ko na umuwi. No, but,
Again, yeah,
but again,
non-gaming factors. There you go. I mean, again, if those things were not in play in with our discussion, then yeah, again, time is a very, very precious
right.
commodity
No,
now, and yun
Yep,
nga.
yep.
I'll add on to that, and I think
Yes,
after this
yes.
run can close.
We'll
So
wrap it
time,
up. Yeah,
money, and what's the other? Energy. Okay.
energy.
With time, I usually get to play at least twice. I can go to a game group twice a month. I think that's pending, but
That's
most of the
healthy.
time, at least
That's healthy
once I
enough.
can go.
Yeah.
No, so I can go once, and with that time that I have, which is gonna be like, I cannot go out long like before. And I was telling it yesterday. Tanungin mo si Alvin, kami nagsasara ng Coco Hut kay 24 hours. Nagsasara yung Coco Hut.
Sir, sasarap muna namin para lang umalis na kayo.
Ikaw yung nagsasara. But you know, in that time, like 3 hours, 4 hours na pwede kang mag-game, no, I wouldn't, for me, that time na, I wouldn't spend it on one game. I'd rather
Yes.
play at least 3 games and enjoy it with 3 different groups of people, no,
Para
that you can
sulit,
share it
'di ba?
with.
Para sulit.
Yeah,
Para sulit.
no, but that's why the taste in gaming for me changed because of that aspect. I have to find games that are fast to play but meaty decision space.
Mm.
So that's for me because I get this time only for this time to
Yung
be worth
socks,
it.
7 lang. Kung ano. Tapos dalawa yung socks ko.
Two,
Anong oras ka
budget.
uuwi?
Budget
Anong
concerns,
oras
right? Ron was
pakibili
right.
mo ako
It's a
ng
curve.
McDo? Ganun.
Mm.
Bumili kang gamot bago umuwi. It's a curve. Yes, you can have money to buy what you want and fantasize that you're gonna get more next month. But the reality is it's expensive, so you have to be picky in the games that you're really gonna get.
Mm.
And that's part
Yeah,
of you
let the rich
maturing.
guy buy it for you. Okay.
Correct. I want what I want. I know what I want.
Tapos susunod mo lang yung friend mo.
Pakidala naman.
Ganda nito.
And then the third
dalin
will
mo yan,
be
dalin mo yan.
people around you, no? And that's how my palette changed. It's because I would play mostly with newbies or my family or introduce my wife's friends or other friends or family. And we cannot play the Kemet, we cannot play the Scythe, we cannot play the Power Grid or whatever that is, no? Because at this stage of our lives, my life, that's where I am at that circle, and that's how my palette changed, no? And I think it depends. No, the maturing part with you is you at some point will know what you want and really
Yes.
go in that
Yes.
direction. And you're also gonna find the people that you want to play it with. Of
Mm.
course, I still have those games. I was explaining yesterday to Alvin. I still have the big box games, but I'm gonna bring it out when I'm with you guys because I don't have to explain that much. Most of you know how to play this. We're gonna bring this out. We're gonna play. We're just gonna enjoy during that time. We're gonna kill
Schedule
each
na,
other, trash
schedule
talk
na
each
yan.
other.
Schedule na.
But we know na. Not
Schedule na yan. Schedule
imagine
na
you,
yan.
'di ba? So I think that's part of it. No, for me, that's how I think I matured or it changed in my palette because of those factors. No, the time is one big thing that
Yeah.
really
Ako yun
affected
ang
me.
pinaka talaga nagbago yung time. Because when
Yeah.
I when
Correct.
I when I started the game groups across the metro, the reason why I started multiple game groups para multiple days pwede akong maglaro.
Ngayon,
Monday to Friday yun.
oh, 'di ba? Different
Monday to
areas kahit sa
Friday.
kapapadpad.
Lumilipat lang ako ng city back then. As everyday talaga kaming
Fantasize.
laro. Di
Mm.
ba? But
But hey, we
you're
met a lot of people during the
sure,
time.
sure. And
Make
that's
good
why
friends.
we were able to grow this community. And we also now have to realize it talagang available time.
Yes.
And so that's okay. That's okay that this is the available time. You're right. It does
Right there.
influence uh the games that you will
Correct.
play kasi yun na lang yung available
Yeah.
time. But when you get that chance to
Yeah,
do
we're
like
going
a
all out.
weekend, let's go.
Yeah.
Tapas na yung ano dyan. Yun nga lang, magbibid yung ibang games. One, lang, one.
No, but I guess also part of maturing is one you were gonna say this and I wanna lead you into this the motive. No, now for me the maturing part is in my head I'm an advocate. Anytime I can pick up this game and teach it to someone. And then the other motive will be I'm gonna hang out with Ron, with Keo, with Alvin, with Javi and whoever, and then we're gonna play this game. We're gonna have fun. So
Oh yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how it.
Games are still driven by preferences, your psychology, the um
Social.
gamer motivation. So what type of person are you? Are you the one who's liking discovering new things, adventure, or are you more in the competitive? But that also is affected by age. And even in that study where competition dramatically, the motivators for competition dramatically decreases over aging.
Really?
So when you're younger, it's
That's good.
highly competitive, but as you go older, you're going like, yeah. And
That's worth the
yeah,
competition.
the funny bit is
I can
story.
afford the
You know,
prize money. It's okay.
ito yung makulit. For female gamers, story driven games start high.
Okay.
But once they start to grow older, also mas malakas ang drop sa kanila compared sa male gamers. And basically, they want less bullshit as they go older.
For lack of a
You
better
heard it.
term,
You heard it here first, folks.
Twice.
you did it twice already.
Twice. on
Happy
number
New
two.
Year. Yeah, this is maturing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think our audience matured with us through 10 years.
Yeah,
So.
mature.
Absolutely.
We're all mature adults here, right, boys and girls?
No, but
No
that's a
more
good
bull.
point.
No more
No?
bull.
That's
Okay, there you
how
go.
maturing. And to Jake's point, no, whenever you're gonna ask us, or at least me also, I stand with him on that one. What's your favorite game? It depends where I am at my stage in life, who I'm playing it with, and what do I prefer right
that's
now.
why I am enjoying what we started now as a tradition. Where what was your most played game for the year?
Yeah.
Because it's not anymore necessarily your
What's your
favorite
right?
game,
Most
Yeah.
played.
but it's the game that just for one reason to another you enjoyed more this year.
Right.
It could
Yeah.
be different next year. Why? Because again, situation changes,
Yeah.
the timing changes, the game groups changes,
Yes.
The more
and
you whip it out,
so
the more it'll be exposed, diba?
yeah. I mean, the more
Tito
people can
Denmark,
enjoy
get your
it,
head out of the
and
trash.
yeah, when you play with the chicken.
I think
Yeah.
we're
The hot
supposed
dog,
to
the hot
wrap up
dog.
now.
Anyway,
Anyway, Ron, wrap it up. Wrap it
all
up.
right.
Wrap it up.
So super. Thank you
Chicken.
everyone for. Ooh, thank you everyone for joining us. It was a fantastic discussion, and I hope you guys stay in the hobby because what we can
It's a new
assure you
year.
is that it is something where you can always just pick it up.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to always be, oh, I'm a board
Something
gamer,
new,
I always
something
have to
new.
buy a new game. Sometimes
No.
not really. You can enjoy the ones that you have. Oh, selling this and that because I want to focus on this. Sure, if you need the money, go ahead.
Yeah.
Right? But know that this hobby will always be welcoming with you, and it's you can always pick it up, you can always play it, you can just join any group and you will get
There's
enjoyment.
always a seat for you at the table, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and
Yes,
speaking
and
of
we will
that,
always play with you. Promise, we will play with you. We won't like it most of the time, but we will play with
but
you.
we will
We will
play with
always,
you.
we will
Speaking
play with
of that,
you.
attitude, stay tuned because we're gonna be announcing uh, our convention season's
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
up
yeah,
soon.
yeah.
So we're gonna be announcing details on Bacon. It's a little sooner than you think, so it's gonna be coming
Ooh.
soon, maybe in the first quarter or start of second quarter of this year. But it's right around the corner if you think about it, because we're 2 weeks in January now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's really right around the
Yeah. Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
So
We're
stay
we're
tuned.
Ooh.
we're pushing hard to find some location sponsors, and as soon as we can get the hold of that, you know that we're gonna kick it off, and you will start to see
Yes.
all of the communications and ads about the convention that's upcoming. So until next time, thank you everyone for joining. Have lots of fun gaming this
Mature in your
2025.
board gaming.
Happy New Year, and we'll see you soon.
Bye
See you
bye.
at the table.
Bye,
Bye.
Gio.
Bye bye.
Bye.
You will love this game.
You am I?